Good afternoon, race fans, and here we are again for qualifying at the Hungaroring. Who will have tuned the perfect setup for their car? We'll find out soon. It always looked like the kind of track that asks an awful lot of the rear tyres, such as the frequency of low-speed exits.
No matter how good a driver is at managing their throttle application to limit rear slip, they can't always overcome a car that's inherently bad at looking after its rear tyres. Here we have a lot of low-speed corner exits, which means a whole load of energy, heat and tyre wear.
Hello guys, welcome back to what is my F1 2019 career mode part 12. I do believe it is for the Hungarian Grand Prix. As you can see on your screen now, it's just for once I decided to go with my own setup and just try it out, because I've just been using the presets up to this point. Every round you've watched, it's just been the presets, so I decided that to use my own, and this is what it is. I'm not that technical, so some of you might look at this and go, why are you doing that? That's creating so much drag or whatever, slowing you down. But it just was what it felt right. But onto the track we go for the start of qualifying. You can see this, the new way I've been editing. I talked about this in the Germany video. So this is the R&D points, and then the actual R&D itself, we had some parts coming in as well on the aero. But let's start this lap then. So putting on the power quite late actually, but around the final corner we come, and we can now start our lap a bit wide on the exit and cross the line and start the lap properly. Of course the Hungarian Grand Prix was actually the last race in this the calendar in real life. We've got Belgium coming up this weekend as of the time of recording this video, and the time it goes out actually, if everything goes alright. But on the end of the lap, where's this lap going to put us? P6. I'm not really a fan of Hungary, to be honest. I know it gave us a great race in real life with Verstappen and Hamilton. We finally got to see that battle. I'm a Hamilton fan, so I'm going to stick by Hamilton in that. The people saying Verstappen's better than Hamilton no, he's not. Maybe in a couple of years, but not currently. He's not better than Hamilton. But anyway, back into qualifying. You see on our lap, the first couple of corners weren't great, but we're gone green by the time we reached the end of the first sector, that blind turn 4, and now round turn 5, which that curb is still vicious, that white curb. If you played F1 2018, you'll know what I mean. But round the final corner we're going to come up to the line, and it's P13, so we've just scraped through there into Q2, only just safe. The drivers out are Raikkonen, Ricciardo, Stroll, George Russell and Robert Kubica. So as we start Q2 then, we're just trying to get Hamilton out the way, but the final corner then, you can see Hamilton still behind us, and here he goes, cuts to our inside and tries to overtake us like it's lap 23 of the Hungarian Grand Prix. So I just backed him off later through. That's going to be, you can see actually, I did stay out. You can see I'm actually on the mediums, so I just tried to get through Q2 on the mediums to try and give us a bit more strategy in the race. Automatically we're already green because we've literally backed off at turn 1. So heading into turn 2, where was it? I was saying that I didn't really like Hungary, which I don't really. I find the track quite boring. I think if you're Hungarian, you've probably got one of the worst Grand Prix, to be honest. I know it threw up a good race, but if you go to Hungary, in my opinion, and watch the race, why would you if you're in like Belgium or Italy or somewhere? But I just think that unless you sit at the first or the second corner, you're not seeing the slightest bit of action. But as we round the final corner, cross the line, that's going to put us into P6. So we're safe at the minute. You can see qualifying's ended, so we're just going to go with our we're just going to go back to the pits, and you can see there we've got through. Those out are Butler, Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Weber and Lando Norris. Our teammate actually getting through as well. But we come to the end of Q2. Obviously I only had the one fresh set of tyres despite having the run on the medium, so we round the final corner and we come up to the line, and that is going to be P7. So I think that's our best qualifying position of the season. So there's me saying how I didn't really like Hungary, and we've just gone and got our best qualifying position. Alexander Albon all the way down there in P10, and he was out qualified us in Q1 and Q2. But let's go to the race.
Back to the lively Hungaro ring, a popular destination this, nice and close to the beautiful city of Budapest, with some exciting racing to boot. Who can forget Michael Schumacher pushing his old teammate Rubens Barrichello up towards the pit wall in 2010, or those great races of 2014 and 2015 as well. We're northeast of Budapest for the race today at the 2.7-mile Hungaro Ring circuit. 14 corners here, 8 to the right and 6 to the left, on a track where downforce is king and passing is notoriously difficult. Joining me for the Grand Prix once again is Anthony Davidson. We should talk about Williams. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Vettel, Verstappen, Pierre Gasly, Brown, Bottas. They've taken a grid penalty. Grosjean, Albon and Lando Norris. Weber, Magnussen, Sergio Perez and Hulkenberg, Butler, Raikkonen, Daniel Ricciardo and Lance Stroll. Russell and Robert Kubica takes the last spot on the grid. And with preparations almost complete.
So then, it is going to be either a 1-stop or a 2-stop. We're going to try the 2-stop just to mix it up. Plus I didn't really feel like doing about 20 odd laps on the hards. So we're going to go from the soft, we're going to go to 2 sets of medium. A bit like we did in Canada. But of course everyone was doing the 2-stop there. And to be honest, I think everyone will be doing the 2-stop. But as the 5 red lights come on here in Hungary, it's lights out and away we go. It's Hamilton v Leclerc into turn 1. It's a long run down to turn 1. One of the longest of the season, I think. Hamilton going defensive to the midfield, having to defend off the 2 Ferraris, and that's Vettel gone down his inside. We've gone for the dive bomb on the 2 Red Bulls. We've got one of them, and I think that's Gasly who we've got. He's gone flying back. Bottas, we've got him as well. We're going to try and go right round the outside of Max Verstappen here. Down the inside into turn 3. We've pushed him wide, he's backed out of it, and we're up into P4. It's Hamilton by Leclerc by Vettel. Then come us in the Toro Rosso, and then the 2 Red Bulls headed by Max Verstappen. Then it's Valtteri Bottas. You see him all flying through the chicane there and out into the tricky second sector. I used to be so bad at this second sector, but the new cars fairly quick round them now. See, just the pressure from the Red Bulls, of course. Been saying pretty much what this whole time is Verstappen has a go at us. I think it is Verstappen. As we come round, I love this camera angle. As everyone just goes round the long left-hander. See everyone going through, the two Williams there at the back per usual. And it is Max Verstappen. He pulls to our outside, to our inside even. And we're going to have to defend it to the outside, right around the outside. We try to defend on Max Verstappen. He's pushed us a little bit. He's still there as we come out the kink. We're still side by side. Now he has the outside going into turn 2. He's still there, Verstappen, and he's going to do to us what we did to him, but I'm not backing out. As we head up to T4, and we've had to back out in the end because that line was just too tight. It's a bit like Kvyat Albon, that the actual Grand Prix. But I think if we want to get signed by Red Bull, we're doing everything right. As we skip on a lap, and here comes Big Gasly on us now. Verstappen's gone miles up into the distance. Here comes Gasly down our inside. Albon making a move in the background as well. Round our outside goes Gasly. He's still side by side. There's nearly contact there. You can see in the top right of your screen. Heading through, you can see Verstappen's got a healthy advantage. We're still side by side. Down the inside, tries Gasly. He pushes us wide. This time we're not giving up. And you can see Gasly actually got squeezed out. I think we squeezed him out a little bit. And we've stayed ahead of him, and it's got overtaken there by Valtteri Bottas. Now skipping on another lap. Bottas is all over the back of us. To be honest, I haven't got a lot of hope keeping that Mercedes behind, so he gets us, and I'm not really going to fight him too hard. I think we've got the pace of the Red Bulls, but not the Mercedes. We'll just let Bottas go. But now we're going to have to stop looking ahead of us and now look behind us at Gasly. You can see as they're heading up through, there goes Bottas, there we go, and there goes Gasly. He's all over the back of us. As we skip on towards the end of the lap, and there goes Gasly down our inside, sends the dive bomb, licks the stamp and sends it, like Ricardo said. We tried to go around his outside, and you can see there was wear on the engine, so that isn't helping us at all. But that's it now. I don't think we're going to be able to get him back, but it was good while it lasted. I don't think we can do Mark to Austria with Gasly, but that was pretty much it until we pitted. So here we go into the pits, onto the set of the mediums, because our first set of the day, our first stop of the day in fact as well. So let's just see what we can do. We're going to have to put our foot down here and just push as hard as we can. We've got a slight wear on the engine, which hopefully didn't cost us too much. As out of the race goes Romain Grosjean. So, and you can see this is what happened to him. Pulls off to the side and is out of the race. As up ahead, here comes Gasly getting past the Williams of, I think that's Robert Kubica. Kubica's actually fighting back though. Don't think Gasly expected that one, and here we come getting past Kubica. We just fly past him. He's got no hope, let's be honest. The uprest, as well. It's a bit too overpowered on this year's game. We skip on a lap, and we were just kind of, every time we caught Gasly up, he overtook the car that was holding him up. So it wasn't, we went for the lunge on George Russell, and then we're back behind. In fact, it was Verstappen. So Gasly kind of was gone up the road. Verstappen, I think, stayed out for longer than Gasly. Up ahead, here comes Verstappen trying to get past Lance Stroll. So hopefully we can get past him there, maybe get past them both even. but that's going to be a challenge as Verstappen gets the job done around the outside, and now we can get a slight run on Lance Stroll. And we've got a good run, he got a poor run through turn 4, and now we can maybe try down the inside at the chicane. I've gone for them in the past, but the way the AI are, when you try and get them down the inside, go for the dive bomb, the fact they just disregard that you're even there. But if we skip on a lap, big swap, Lance Stroll the dummy, we're going to go to his outside, and we're going to sail around his outside, nearly going off the track, and we get the job done in the end. Gasly in fact is behind us, but this is at the point of the race where I knew the strategy had just gone out the window. We were on the 2-stop, everyone else was on the 1. So my stubbornness to kind of not use the hard tyre has come and bit us very badly. So we just got to push now. We've got to try and beat out Perez if we can. It's not even Perez, it's Ricciardo. We've gone deep and Ricciardo's got us. So that is another move that I didn't really want to have to make. But the only thing is that everyone's going to be on obviously the harder tyre and slightly worn tyres compared to our fresh mediums, so that is the only bonus. But we'll just see what we can do. Hopefully we can get a point at this stage. I actually had to do this race twice because I did it as we go for the lunge. I'm actually going to get our teammate as well here. I only wanted to get the one move on Raikkonen, but we get Albon as well there, so great double move. And now a lap later, trying to go right around the outside of Devin Butler, he squeezes us out. Great defending there. But there we go again into turn 2. We're going to go to his outside again. He covered off the inside very well, but we can't do that either, and I can't really afford to be sat here behind cars. I need to get past them fairly quickly. But that was kind of good getting past Albon. We go for the lunge down the inside, and now next up is Kevin Magnussen, also our rival. So we need to get him quick, and down the inside we go. He squeezes up the chicane right round the outside. We go at the chicane, and this is pretty much it. You can see it's lap 27 of 35. So we just had to pray that someone retired out of this race for us to get a point. We had damage to the front wing. We just had to hope, and our prayers have been answered, because out of the race goes Pierre Gasly. So that promotes us into P10, into the points position on the final lap then. Lewis Hamilton's won the Hungarian Grand Prix, and we're going to come home to get a point where the first team fails in Red Bull. The sister team will pick up points.
And Mercedes have pulled off a great victory here today. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
So that is your Hungarian Grand Prix then. 2 retirements, 2 Frenchmen, Grosjean and Pierre Gasly. Promotes us, we get 1 point. Alexander Albon not scoring yet again. he did the one stop. We were one of the only drivers to do the two, and it just didn't work off. So you can see that is our position in the standings. We're 2 points behind Magnussen, and in the constructors we're a point behind Alfa Romeo and a point ahead of McLaren.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. Some excellent overtaking moves from your former teammate today. Did he learn some of them from you? You've had experience with Devon's fast, aggressive style. Any advice for the drivers he passed today? That was an epic battle today. How do you think this will play out? Do you have any comments about the collisions? Great. Well, that's everything.
The paddock, you can see the R&D tallying up there quite nicely, and hopefully we've got a chunk of points that we can spend. So it turns out we have 1,409 points. We've failed the team objective, which isn't very good. Teams kind of want us. They're not really the bit that matters, and we've actually got a contract renegotiation. So I think where we qualify, obviously qualifying hasn't really gone well for us. We can change that a little bit. Hard maybe, but we'll try that. But we've been failing the medium, so you can see I'm just going to speed this up quickly so you can see what the different things we're selecting, and hopefully it will work, and it does.
Alright, the terms have been agreed. All that's left is to sign the paperwork. You'll be on this new deal from the next week.
And so we're doing some couple of upgrades. I'm going to do 2. We're going to do a minor. So they'll both come in for the Belgium Grand Prix, which of course after summer break, so hopefully we can do some damage after summer break in Belgium and in Italy and the races that follow after that. But until Hungary, like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. But until Belgium, goodbye.